Here's a story where Marinette and Adrien finally go on a long-awaited magical first date. Title: A Night to Remember. It all started with a simple text. Adrien had messaged Marinette earlier that week asking if she'd like to go to a small concert in the park with him. It was one of those casual, city-sponsored events, an open-air jazz performance at sunset. She could barely believe he'd asked her. After staring at her screen for what felt like an eternity, Marinette finally responded with a very enthusiastic, "Yes!" The day of the date arrived, and Marinette found herself feeling both thrilled and nervous. She wore a soft blue dress she'd designed herself, with small embroidered stars on the hem, and her signature pigtails were pulled back with a delicate bow. Tiki had given her all the encouragement she needed, but Marinette couldn't shake the butterflies in her stomach as she walked to the park. When she arrived, Adrien was already waiting, wearing a casual white shirt and a warm smile that made her heart flutter. "Marinette," he greeted, waving as she approached. "You look amazing," she blushed, looking down as she tucked a strand of hair behind her ear. "Thanks, Adrien. You look great too." They walked side by side to a cozy spot where a few blankets had been laid out for concertgoers. As they settled in, the sun was just beginning to set, casting a golden light over everything. The musicians began playing a gentle, jazzy tune, filling the park with an inviting, relaxing melody. "So," Adrien began, turning to her, "I'm really glad you came tonight. I feel like we don't get to hang out, just the two of us, very often." Marinette nodded, her cheeks still warm from his attention. "Yeah, it's nice. I'm glad you asked me." They sat together, listening to the music, and as the sky darkened and the stars began to appear, Adrien turned to her with a soft smile. "You know, Marinette, I've always thought you're one of the most thoughtful people I know. You always put others first." Marinette's face flushed. "Oh, I just want people to be happy, you know?" Adrien nodded. "That's what I admire about you. You're always so genuine." The music continued, and Adrien glanced down as if gathering his courage. Then he extended his hand toward her. "Would you like to dance?" Marinette's heart leapt. "Yes," she managed, taking his hand. They moved to a small open area where a few other couples were dancing under the stars. Adrien placed a gentle hand on her waist, guiding her through the slow rhythm. For Marinette, it felt like a scene straight out of her dreams. She could hardly believe this was real, that she was here, dancing under stars with Adrien Agreste. They swayed together, eyes locked, lost in the moment. Adrien's smile was soft, his gaze warm, as he looked down at her. "You know, I've always felt like I can be myself around you, Marinette," he murmured. "You're different from anyone I've ever known." Marinette looked up at him, her own shyness fading as she saw the sincerity in his expression. "I feel the same way, Adrien. You're special to me." The music slowed to a gentle end, and for a brief moment, the world fading away around them. Then, as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Adrien leaned in, his forehead resting gently against hers. "I think I like you a lot, Marinette," he whispered, his voice soft. Marinette's heart felt like it might burst. She managed a shy smile. "I like you too, Adrien, a lot." They stood there, holding each other close under the Parisian sky, both knowing that this night would be something they'd remember forever. As they walked back, hand in hand, they both felt a new spark of happiness and hope, knowing that this was only the beginning of something beautiful. And so, Marinette and Adrien's friendship blossomed into something deeper, filled with laughter, late-night talks, and unforgettable memories. It was the perfect first date, one they'd carry with them for a lifetime.